The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. And they give the Jones off tackle. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 29, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for the first down. And for that time as the drive continues. The Jets at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
On first down, right back to Hall. And good running there as he'll take this all the way out to midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 41 yards rushing so far. This is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. They'll go again with Hall. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so it probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well. Now they've had that extra time off, and we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go. And to use those wheels of his, the absolute devastating effect.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On second down, it's Jones. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, early in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Gameday.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Play action. It's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. No run back here, down. And this drive will start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to look deep for more. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal? In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Here's Hall again. Taken down at the 42.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Hall on to give up the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. There's Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Hall. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Ball again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll try to run it here with Hall. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Off the option, it's Jones. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw is Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And he got that one all wrong. That goes almost directly out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted inside the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They go play action now. Jackson going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Play action. Now Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1. Jones again, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Jones, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Touchdown, Packers. Calvin Austin from 3 yards out. And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hall again. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
A give running right is Hall. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Here's a give to Hall. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Let's go now, let's go now.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And now here is another interception. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Up the middle, Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement.